Hi guys, it's Erin, and today I have week 10 of Project Life Sunday. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm using a few papers from the Webster's Pages line. I think this one's Strawberry Fields. I have Nest and I have Summer something, and they're all kind of mixed together, but I think this one's Strawberry Fields. I thought I would break out some vellum for this, and it didn't quite work out, but I thought I was going to use more of this paper here. But it turns out that those little cut aparts are not cut apart. Like that piece isn't 4x6. Those pieces, thankfully, those little ones are 3x4, so those made it in. But look, they don't measure up. And you can see me measuring them on my trimmer, and it's just like, okay, well, there goes that. So I cut apart these pieces, and they're not going to make it into the pockets. And I actually like the front of them so much I don't really want to use the back, especially like these clouds. I really like the clouds. I don't want to cover them up, and they can't be a page themselves. So I decided, all right, well, we're just going to use this, pretty much this whole yellow piece of paper. And I keep thinking maybe I could find a way to get that on there, but no, I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to just use it on a layout or a card. And I just decided to cut this all up while I was sitting here. And now that I'm looking at it, I actually have an idea for using it on a layout, so that'll work. I'll be able to use those. But yeah, I cut apart all these. Some of them are a bit random, or like the happy one is okay, but some of them, like one of them says 4, and I'm like, for what? So I'm not quite sure how to use that. I might just cover up its little sentiment thing, but here you see me laying stuff out, trying to figure out how I want these pieces to go. I just decided to rebuild that little circle. Might be like a dream catcher or something. And I realized that that doesn't fit, obviously. That doesn't fit, but these two fit. So I'm just going to have to use the yellow. And I actually like, for the top one, I like that back side there, so I'm going to use that. But I don't like the flower motif, so I was able to use this red. And I thought, okay, I'll use the red and cover up the motif. And for building my title card, I just shuffle through these and just get an idea of what they all look like. Okay, this, for you non-gamers, this is going to be super weird, but this book thing is one of the rarest things in Elder Scrolls Online. It's called the Imperials book, and it makes it so you could craft armor and weapons and stuff in the Imperial style, and it's basically just a look. It just changes the look of your armor and everything. But if you're a little fashion diva with your character, then it does make things look really pretty. But it's one of the rarest things in the game, and since they were changing our game so everything you take is stolen instead of you're just taking it, I spent 6 hours just looking through bins and boxes and bags and anything I could possibly find before they updated the game to add stealing. And within the first half hour, I found this most rarest item that I had been waiting for. I think at that point the game had only been out a little less than a year, like a couple weeks less than a year. So from a couple weeks to less than a year, I had been looking for this, and I finally found it on the very last Hail Mary, you're not going to be able to get this without stealing book right in front of a person that would have caught me stealing if we had had the justice system at the time. So I figured it really needed to make it in there, and you can also see that little tiny square in the center of the book is me getting an achievement for my character actually reading that book. So, like I said, for non-gaming people, it sounds really silly, but when I told my, gamer friends, they're like, oh my god, you got the Imperials book? That's so awesome. So it's just a different crowd, that's all. Okay, you can see me taking out these cards that I got. If you watched my haul, which is the last video, I got a bunch of these DIY cards from Simple Stories, and I was so afraid to use the one pack that I had. Well, now I have 4, so I don't have to worry. And what's nice about these papers that I'm using is they're sort of a creamish, so I could use the cream ones. I always have a problem mixing cream and white. It bugs me. And that package comes with cream and white, and I'm like, oh, when am I going to use the cream? Boom, right on here. I got a bunch of the cream ones used on here. So that works out. And you just see me auditioning washi because I've got way too much washi now. I set out to make sure that I had less washi, and now I have more because because Queen and Company like owns my soul or something. I don't know. But just stamping out my little number 10 for week 10, very slowly catching up. Um, I think the hardest part for me making my own cards is deciding what all goes with the photos, especially when I'm using so many game photos. So, but there, I mean, even when they're outside, there's a lot of blue. Like if you look at the top where you see my character, there's a reason she's naked. I'll tell you why. Um, if you look at the top one, it's like it's very blue, right? But these other two photos, the book and the one where it looks like he's got a star in his chest, um, they're very yellow. So I thought, why not go with something yellow and bright? And it sort of matched the antique filter that I used on the Instagram, because I don't know what that antique color is, but I like it when it's paired with snow. It makes snow look cool, like vintage snow. Which is hard to get here in California because the second that it snows, the next day it's sunny again and all the snow is gone. We don't get to keep a whole lot of it. But that was me babbling through making my title card, so you can see how I kept the Imagine and the Hello on there. I thought of using that red piece, but on this card here, but I think the book photo would have just covered it up too much. And it's funny the way I framed this photo. You can even see in the very bottom left-hand corner, you can see the chat window where I'm like, oh my God, I found the Imperials book, and everybody in the room is like, oh, that's so cool, because you can talk to the people there. I mean, it's an online game. You can talk to everybody around you, so. It wasn't just me. I want to say that it wasn't just me 6 hours looking and, logging in and going into these places and, searching for this stuff. It was not just me. I was not alone. There were so many strangers that I didn't even know, and then there were people in my guild that were doing it too, because this is how you make money. If you find this book and you don't need to read it, you can sell it for, well, I think the going rate is 55K now, but it was 100K at one point. So I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money in general. That's a lot of money in the game. So, yeah, it wasn't just me doing this craziness. Okay, so the reason my character Riven is naked is because when they instituted the stealing in the game, one of the achievements is wear all stolen armor and then get caught and have it taken back from you, because every time you get caught, they take your stolen items. So she had found a stolen shirt, and there's one for if you just wear one piece, and there's an achievement for if you wear, your entire armor and you end up naked. It's called like indecent exposure, which is hilarious. So that's why she's naked, and I wrote that on the thing. Yeah, there's a lot of journaling, and I got interrupted several times while I was making this layout. It only took me 55 minutes to do, but I still got interrupted a lot. So, but yeah, the characters can never actually be naked. They always come with that little bra thing, so it's not like I was just running around without panties on or anything. She's a very respectable high elf, I promise. And here I am. The reason he looks like he has a star in his chest is he's getting cured magically of vampirism, because they kind of messed up vampirism in the game. So I thought I would write that down. He's my second main character, the first one ever created, but he got trumped by that girl up there. I like Riven. And you see me here. I'm looking. I started to journal on the card, but I thought, well, why not use another journaling card? And so you see me looking through my journaling die cuts, and this is another one of those Simple Stories DIY pieces. I bought the craft pieces just recently, but I had gotten the I guess it's white and cream ones from a Gossamer Blue kit a while ago. So you just see me journaling on that. I'm cutting out the journaling just because I can't talk through like 15 minutes of journaling. There's no reason for it. You don't need that. I'm already battling at you about the game way too much, so, I could sit here and explain the entire gosh darn thing, but you just get bored. So, I'm using some of those vellum pieces that I cut out. I used one of those tags and let it fit out of the package or the pocket. I thought that would add texture and stuff. And here I'm just looking through my Simple Story stickers and adding them to the photos, because, just for a little bit more interest. I could do it in Photoshop, but I'm lazy. So if I have the stickers already, I might as well. And you see me just adding some enamel dots for that last bit of texture. Those are almost the right pink, but not quite the right pink, but we're going to pretend it's the right pink because we are not that anal, I swear. All right, I am, but still. And I'm going to get a teal, sprinkle some more around. I probably should put some like wood veneers on here, but I thought with the black, I don't really like to bring in wood if there's a lot of black on there. I'll break that rule like tomorrow, but for this layout, that's the rule. And I'm just sorting it out, and here are some close-ups. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.